The medical bay's alarm shrieked across the celestial Voyager, sending every crew member into immediate panic. Dr. Zixter, the ship's chief medical officer and a highly decorated Velkari physician, abandoned his analysis of crystalline samples and sprinted toward the emergency ward. His forearms clutched various medical instruments while his compound eyes processed the incoming data streaming across his neural implant. Human poisoning, the message flashed. Critical. Deathberry consumption. Zixler's 3 hearts nearly stopped. Deathberries, the most lethal fruit known to 73 spacefaring species. A single berry contained enough toxins to kill a Velkari in minutes, a Thoraxian in seconds. The berries earned their name honestly beautiful crimson spheres that promised swift, agonizing death to any foolish enough to consume them. The door to the medical bay hissed open, and Zixler burst through, clutching the emergency antidote he'd synthesized during his sprint. The protocol was clear: administer within 5 minutes of consumption or face certain mortality. He stopped dead in his tracks. Oliver, the human engineer, sat on the examination table, legs swinging casually. In one hand he held a deathberry. But that wasn't what froze Zixler's circulatory system. It was the pile of stems on the metal tray beside him. 3 stems. 3 consumed deathberries. "Oh, hey, Doc," Oliver said cheerfully, then popped the 4th berry into his mouth. He chewed thoughtfully, his face scrunching slightly. "You know, these aren't half bad once you get past the initial bitterness. Kind of tangy?" Zixler's translator struggled to process his own sputtering response. You've consumed ... 4? From the corner of the medical bay, Olivia, the human xenobotanist, looked up from her datapad with an expression of mild annoyance. "Oliver, I told you to wait until I cataloged them properly." "Couldn't help it," Oliver shrugged. "I was hungry, and they smelled like strawberries." Zixler's medical training warred with his biological impossibility. He rushed forward, scanners extended, sweeping Oliver's vital signs. The readings made no sense. Elevated heart rate slightly, dilated pupils marginally, increased perspiration minimal. But alive. Definitely, impossibly alive. How? Zixler whispered, his antidote hanging uselessly in his lower left hand. "The toxins, they should have liquefied your internal organs by now." Olivia set down her datapad and walked over, plucking another berry from Oliver's stash. "These? We found a whole grove on the planet's surface. Beautiful specimens." She held it up to the light, examining its translucent crimson skin. "What's the concern?" "Concern?" Zixler's voice climbed 3 octaves. "Those are deathberries. Thanatos fructus. They contain concentrations of alkaloid compounds that disrupt cellular respiration, neurotoxins that—" "Oh," Olivia interrupted, pulling up her datapad. "You mean the solanine-adjacent compounds? And the glycocaloid derivatives?" She scrolled through her analysis. "Yeah, I noticed those. Similar to what we have back on Earth in certain plant families." Oliver reached for a 5th berry. Zixler nearly fainted. Wait, WAT, the doctor said, his voice barely controlled. "You're telling me humans have encountered these toxins before?" "Sure," Oliver said between bites. "I mean, not exactly these, but similar stuff. My great-grandmother used to grow tomatoes and potatoes, same family, similar compounds in the leaves and unripe fruits. Made us pretty resistant to a lot of alkaloid-based toxins." Olivia nodded, adding, "Humans have been consuming low-level toxins for millennia. Coffee, chocolate, alcohol, capsaicin, and peppers. Our bodies adapted to metabolize a surprising variety of compounds that other species might find lethal." Zixler slumped against the wall, his antidote clattering to the floor. Decades of medical training across a dozen species, and nothing had prepared him for this. But the concentration in deathberries is astronomical. They're called deathberries across 73 civilizations. 72 now, I guess, Oliver grinned, reaching for another berry. "Stop eating them." Zixler lunged forward, but Olivia held up a hand. "Doctor, I appreciate your concern, but I've run full metabolic analyses. Oliver's liver enzymes are breaking down the toxins efficiently. His cytochrome P450 system is handling the alkaloids, and his kidneys are filtering the byproducts without stress. She paused. Though I do recommend you stop at 6, Oliver. No need to push it. 7, Oliver negotiated. 6, deal. Zixter watched in horror and fascination as Oliver consumed 2 more berries, bringing his total to 6. The human showed no signs of distress, no convulsions, no respiratory failure, no cellular breakdown. Just a satisfied expression and a comment about needing a drink to wash down the aftertaste. Later, in his detailed incident report, Dr. Zixter would write, "Human physiology continues to defy all reasonable medical expectations. Their evolutionary history of consuming toxins as a regular part of their diet has resulted in metabolic capabilities that border on the miraculous. Recommend updating the Universal Medical Database to reclassify deathberries as deathberries non-applicable to humans." He would also add a personal note. Recommendation: do not allow humans unsupervised access to planetary flora. Their definition of edible is dangerously broad. As Zixter filed his report, he could hear Oliver in the corridor, already planning an expedition to find more interesting fruits to try. Olivia's voice followed, calmly explaining proper xenobotanical protocols while simultaneously enabling her colleague's reckless curiosity. The Celestial Voyager's medical bay had survived countless emergencies across 2 decades of deep space exploration, but nothing, Zixter realized, could have prepared them for the terrifying resilience of humans who treated the galaxy's deadliest poison as an afternoon snack. He pulled up the ship's inventory and ordered a significant increase in their emergency medical supplies with humans aboard. He suspected he'd need them.